Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa
Sheikh, I have a question regarding the hadith about the pants below the ankles. So I personally follow the opinion of the strict opinion about like it's haram. But however, my parents they are against it, and they say that it's okay if it's not done out of arrogance. So I've tried to explain to them like it's I follow this view and you can follow your view, and we can live together. It's all fine. But they seem to like threaten me, deep stuff, deep personal stuff. So what should one do in this situation?
Well, we have a choice on the table. Either to follow the Sunnah, and it's not the strict opinion. This is the Sunnah of the Prophet, the way of the Prophet and his companions. May Allah be pleased with them. If you have these two options, either to follow the way of the Prophet ﷺ, to please Allah, while your parents would be angry, or reverse it. Go against the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, which is a major sin and angers Allah, in order to please your parents. And of course, it's a no-brainer. I have to obey Allah Azza wa Jal and follow the Sunnah and save myself from hellfire, whether they understand or not. But it's logical not to confront your parents head on, and rather deal with them with diplomacy and say to them, yes, inshallah, maybe you are right, I will try my level best, and ignore it and dodge their requests. When you keep on trying to convince them, it's difficult, because you can lead a horse to the river and it would walk behind you for 2 miles willingly without any problem. Once you reach the river, if you try to force the horse to drink, even if you get 10 strong men, you won't succeed. The horse has to drink willingly. Likewise, your parents will never understand. They are ignorant. They have no knowledge in Islam. They don't know even know Arabic, never read the Quran fully, most likely never done any course in Islamic sciences or Aqidah or Fiqh. Yet they come and say, it's a recommendation. It is an issue of dispute. What do you know? Zilch, nothing. So try to be diplomatic and make dua that Allah expands their chests and hearts to understand the Sunnah and follow it. And Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Must we stop doing everything and listen and answer the adhan? Otherwise, we won't be able to say the shahada on the day of judgment. What is the reward of answering the adhan and reciting the prescribed dua afterwards? This is one of the common misconceptions that people have. And that is, they think and they believe that when the adhan is given, everything has to be halted. So if you are working, you should stop doing whatever you are doing. And if you are, for example, speaking with someone, you have to refrain from talking. If your head is uncovered, if you're a woman, you have to cover your hair. All of this is baseless. The worst of them all is those who say that if the adhan is being called and you're talking to someone on your deathbed, you will be deprived from being able to say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And this is totally baseless. And it's prohibited to mention such things without authentic evidences from the Prophet's Sunnah alayhi salatu wasalam. Otherwise, you will be lying on Allah Azza wa Jal by introducing such lies and baseless claims. Yes, when the adhan is given, the sunnah is to repeat after the mu'adhin. So when he says Allahu Akbar, you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. When he says Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, you repeat that. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, you repeat that. Hayya ala salati, hayya ala salat, you say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Hayya ala al-falah, the same thing. Allahu Akbar, you repeat that. La ilaha illallah, you say La ilaha illallah. Offer salutation upon the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And then you make the dua, Allahumma rabba hadihi ad-da'wati at-tammah was-salati al-qa'imah ati Muhammadan al-wasilata wal-fadila wab'athhu Allahumma al-maqam al-mahmud alladhi wa'adtah. And if you add, and this was in al-Bukhari, and if you add innaka la tukhlifu al-mi'ad, this is also authentic. And you may say raditu billahi rabban wa bil-islami dinan wa bi Muhammadin rasula, as Allah is satisfied with you when you say these dua, and you will gain the right of intercession on the day of judgment. The Prophet will intercede alayhi salatu wasalam for you on the day of judgment, among other things. So this is authentic. But to claim that you don't speak when the adhan is given. If you are a carpenter, hold your hammer and put it down. Don't work, don't do anything, don't eat. No, this is all not from the sunnah, and it is baseless.